I'm Dean. I'm the founder of Empty Chairs, and Empty Chairs is a really simple idea. So someone will wear orange and go out into a local space in their community, whether it be a pub or a coffee shop. And the idea is that anyone that wants to sit with them for a chat can. In November of last year, I lost my best friend, Rob, to suicide. And in coming to terms with just that whole situation, I had to really grapple with the guilt and the grief that came with losing my best friend in that way. And I quickly realized that I was either going to spend the rest of my life laid out on my bathroom floor, or I could try and do something to help people like Rob in a way that I felt I had failed my friend. So I was like, right, what am I good at? And I was like, well, I'm okay at talking to strangers and I'm good at drinking beer. So if I go to the pub, that seems like a place that Rob might have actually gone to if he was ever having a low moment or just wanted somewhere to just be in his own space. So I set myself the challenge of every day in December, I was going to go to the pub, just with the dream of having one or two conversations with people throughout the month to just help me process what was going on in my life, and also to give people an opportunity to talk if they needed it. After the first day, I realized that, this is a clever idea, but if no one knows I'm doing this, no one's ever going to kind of know the space exists and come and approach me to engage in it in whatever way they need. So I started to talk about it on social media, and I think by the fourth day of doing it, someone had turned up with the sole intention of just coming to chat. On what would have been Rob's 30th birthday in January, I put a message out to be like, I can't do this every day for the rest of my life. So if anyone would like to kind of mark this journey off and also wear an orange t-shirt and go and sit in their local pub or coffee shop to kind of signify Rob's birthday, that would be amazing. And 14 people did it. And from that point, it's just grown into what it is now.
How quickly has this grown, and how has it made you feel seeing it get to such heights?
It's a bit surreal. It's the end of January that was the first day that other people had started to host Empty Chairs, and from that point on, we now average somewhere in between 70 events a week, which is absolutely bonkers. I've kind of struggled to come to terms with the whole thing, if I'm being honest. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was a really good outlet for me to just grieve and to kind of talk openly about Rob and the situation and how I was doing. To now be in a position where it feels as though we might be able to create a legacy for Rob is just incredible, and more than I could ever have hoped for, really. There's literally no pressure. So people don't have to sign up to come. There's no financial obligation to it. It really is just go to the venue, look for the person wearing bright orange and just sit down and have a conversation.
And what is it about having it in a pub that works?
I think we've kind of lost our way a little bit in what the pub is meant to be. Like, the pub was always intended to be like the hub of the community, right? I think what Empty Chairs has been able to do in a really nice way is kind of bring communities back together in the pub and using it as a social space. It's always been a place where this stuff should be happening. It's just unfortunate that the world that we live in now requires people to wear bright orange to make that work, but that's what we're trying to do in a way.
And what's it like when people first approach the table that you've booked? What are the kind of reactions that you get?
It should be such a normal experience, right? To be okay approaching a stranger and having a conversation. It's just not. So everyone is a little bit nervous because you don't know what to expect. And I'd say the one thing that I would really want people to know about Empty Chairs is that strangers are so much kinder than we give them credit for. And that's kind of the biggest thing I've learned about this whole experience so far, is that everyone that's come to sit with me, if I've been hosting, or events that I've gone to just to go along and just experience it, everyone that's come has been so incredibly kind. And I think if you look at the state of the world at the minute, you would not expect that at all. But when people actually kind of take the risk and put themselves out there, you'll be surprised at what you find in a positive way.
I cried watching the video of Rob. It was absolutely amazing. Can we talk about him for a little bit?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
What's your favorite thing about him?
So I would say, this is again like such a typical answer, but he was the funniest guy. And I think it's quite the more you learn about suicide and the more people you kind of talk to who know people who have taken their own lives, Rob's story is a really typical one. He was kind of the life and soul of every get together, and it was so shocking to everyone around him that someone who had such a big personality and was so fun and so bubbly and just like so kind and caring to other people could be in such a negative headspace themselves and not have the confidence to share it.
When you look at an international map of events that are covered by Empty Chairs, What's that kind of feeling like for you?
It's just so incredible that, again, people have resonated with the story of Rob, and they've just been inspired to go and do something in their own part of the world. When we see photos coming from Australia or Colombia or the Falkland Islands, today is another one that's a bit crazy, where people are actually showing up to these events. I'm in awe, to be honest, that it has grown as quickly and as vastly as it has. Me and Rob were big football fans, so I would love for Empty Chairs to have a presence in basically pubs adjacent to football grounds across the UK. The idea of having someone at a pub at a football game where it's obvious that, like, if you want to talk about mental health, or if you want to just like engage with something on your own, there is someone there that will have a conversation with you. My dream and goal is to have it pop up in every town in the UK. That for me would really be kind of beyond what I ever could have expected when I was sat in the pub on my own on that first day.
Would you have any advice for anybody who might be a little bit nervous about coming to one of the events solo?
It's so normal to feel nervous about coming, and it takes so much courage to actually engage with this. So even if you're thinking about it, that's an incredible first step. And like, Empty Chairs is always going to be there. If it feels like too much, don't worry, it will be there the next week. I would really stress that anyone that you will meet at an Empty Chairs is there for the same reasons that you are. They're also nervous, and everyone is bringing a really kind energy to the table, and it's a beautiful thing.
What's the best thing for you about running this movement?
Yeah, I think it's just being able to see so many people have that kind of courage to go and do something that they would never normally think of. The one thing I hear so much is from people is just that, oh, I would have just stayed at home alone again tonight. And to know that they have been able to find a space that otherwise wouldn't have existed, to go and do something and meet new people and talk openly or even make friends is so nice. And it's so beautiful to know that something like this has been able to come from something that was, personally the lowest point of my life.